During this coronavirus pandemic, we have learned that high temperatures can deny you access to most, if not all, public areas. Why is this so? High temperatures are an indication there is a problem that needs to be identified and fixed. And similarly, in business, we need to measure the well-being of our customers. A dissatisfied customer is an indication there is a problem that needs to be sorted. And their complaints is a symptom of an additional problem that needs to be resolved. In this video, I will share with you the tricks of turning a dissatisfied customer into a loyal customer. What a paradox, I know, right? If you watch, you will learn the few steps that you need to follow to shift a dissatisfied customer into a loyal customer. Welcome to Sales Roundtable. My name is JK, Joseph Kimondo. I am passionate about consumer behavior and selling techniques. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share the secrets of service recovery. Of course, remember to subscribe for more sales contents and tips on how to grow your business and increase your sales. One of my favorite icons, Warren Buffett, once said, "It takes 20 years to build a reputation, and it takes 5 minutes to ruin it. Break it. Finito." What does this mean in business? That if you treat a customer well, they will tell 3 people. If you treat a customer badly, they will tell 11 people. Imagine if your business has 20 people and you treat them, all of them, badly. They will tell 220 people. Do the math. Why is this so? People love sharing bad news more than they love sharing good news. And the magic around service recovery, it is not only about correcting the error. It is about building or breaking the business relationship between your customer and your business. To help us understand this subject in depth, we are joined by guests today who will share their experiences in service recovery.
My name is Faith Mbayakibue. I have been in the sales and marketing line for the last 23 years. It's been a very interesting journey working with customers, because every single morning you wake up thinking of a customer, you sleep thinking of a customer. And therefore, I feel great this morning to discuss a very important topic that is of great use to the business, which is service recovery strategy. Before we look further into it, it's important for us to understand what exactly it means. This is a methodology where businesses put guidelines in place to guide their employees on what and how to handle the customers from a point of dissatisfaction to a point of satisfaction, with the bottom line being retention of your customers and increasing customer loyalty. And therefore, this brings me to this particular question: is service recovery strategy important to business? Absolutely yes. Why is it so? We will look at 4 parameters that makes it a must for every business to have this. Number 1 is a competition landscape. You are in a business where so many others are in the same business. Number 2, we all have employees in our businesses. Number 3, we have processes and systems that we use in our businesses. And number 4 is technology. Therefore, if you look at those particular 4 parameters, you will then realize why it is important for us to have a strategy that is going to counter any challenges that we get on our journey as we serve our customers.
Our first question to them is a complaint in business a gift or a curse?
It is a gift. I would want you to look at it this way. When a customer takes their time, it means they value you. They love your business. And because they do so, then they want to tell you what is not going right with your business. Therefore, when they bring up a complaint, please do take it seriously. This is feedback that will definitely help you as a business get better, improve on where you're not doing right, and where your customers are not happy. Therefore, please take it as a gift. It will help you once you do get to the bottom of the problem to know why it is important to keep things the way the customer wants them to be kept.
Share with us your most memorable service recovery experience.
For my most memorable service experience, it actually happened most recently. I do a lot of online shopping. So I ordered a few items for the house and they came and they were delivered within a day of ordering. The issue came in the next day when I had started using the items. I noticed that one of the items was faulty. And given that I had paid a bit of, in terms of value for money, it was quite a hefty sum for the item. I felt a bit disappointed. So I reached out to the shop owner, and when I was entering that conversation, I was a bit combative. I think it's just the notion of it was an inconvenience. So I told the lady my experience and what, in terms of my disappointment with the item, but the shop owner surprised me. I think it's because also given the experience of online shopping, a lot of businesses sort of, they don't take clients coming back with complaints seriously. They say what was posted is what you choose. But this lady was actually quite open to listening to me. She wanted to find out what the issue was, and she was quick to diffuse the situation, and she offered to give me a replacement, and she recommended something at her own cost. So the replacement did come within that same day, and I found out it was actually quite better than what I had ordered. And she was also open in the fact and saying that if she was also a client, she wouldn't want to have such an experience. So I found her recovery of the situation very, very good. It left a very good impression to me. And I think that's how you also build reputational character as a business. So I found that point of how she handled the situation very good. She listened, she had a solution, and she acted promptly.
Tell us, from your experience, can service recovery create customer loyalty?
Absolutely, yes. When you respond to a customer, the customer values you more. The customer loves you more. The customer speaks more about you. There's something in service that we call service recovery paradox. And in this particular paradox, a guest or a customer speaks so highly of a business when their problems or their complaints are being handled compared to when that particular problem has not been handled. And what happens when they speak highly about you? They tell their friends, they tell their family members, they tell their other business colleagues, they tell the other partners that they have in the business. And this then grows not only the loyalty for this particular customer whose problem was handled, but brings in many more that didn't even know about this particular business that you're in.
And tell us, what are the do's and don'ts in service recovery?
The very first do in service recovery is to listen. And again, I'll repeat, listen and own the complaint. Number 2, apologize personally to the customer. Don't handle this particular customer's complaint to you, to someone else to handle this particular complaint that you have. Number 3, make the deal sweet. By this means, the customer will see that you are going out of your way to make sure that you give him something better that will be able to appease him and make him happy.
Here are a few things you must do. Number 1, actively listen. Allow your client to speak. Only the customer understands what they did not like about your service. And therefore, it is important that they tell you what they did not like so that you can use the information they have given you to craft a solution that is relevant for them in that situation. Ask some open-ended questions. They allow your client to speak more and give you as much information as possible on the situation at hand so that you're able to give relevant solutions for them. In case you need to interrupt the client as they speak, let it only be when you are seeking clarification or when you did not get a statement clearly and you'd like them to repeat. Otherwise, allow your client to speak as much as possible. Number 2, your business needs to come up with a proactive way of identifying potential dissatisfiers and addressing them before they affect the experience of your customers. However, in the event that despite all your efforts, things still don't go according to plan, your business must have a plan on how to consistently identify customers that are dissatisfied and then work with them to find solutions for the problems that they have experienced, and also making sure that this does not recur in future for that customer or for other customers as well. For example, your employees must be empowered to solve customer problems without necessarily having to wait for approval from their supervisors for things that they should be able to do on their own. So with the right kind of training, with the right kind of information, your employees would be able to solve some of the problems on the spot and only leave a few that would need extra approval for review by their supervisors. Number 3 of what you must do: ownership, ownership, ownership. It does not matter whose fault it is. It does not matter which department is responsible for delivering the solution. The client has given you details of what they have gone through. Only you understand firsthand from the client how the experience impacted them. And therefore, you will walk through with the client to the delivery of the solution. If it will take you going to the other departments to get the relevant information passed across so that they can craft the solution, you will take ownership of this process from the beginning to the end so that the client does not have to be passed on to another party. In this case, the client works with you from the time they explain their problem to the time they let you know that they're happy with the solution they got. A few things you must not do. Number 1, do not rationalize. Regardless of how many valid reasons you may have at the time that would explain why things have happened the way they have happened, do not try to justify why the client experienced the service they experienced. At this point, the client is not in a frame of mind to take whatever reasons you feel you have. For them, it will sound like excuses. What the client is looking for is for solutions, things that will assure them that you care about what has happened to them and you want to make sure it does not happen again. Any other reasons, keep them to yourself. Number 2, do not impose your solutions on the client. Yes, this is a case you meet every week and this is how you normally handle it. When you talking to this particular client, please handle their case as uniquely as possible. Tailor your solution to meet the specific needs that you saw in this client's explanation. And lastly, do not overpromise. The client has already suffered the disappointment of the service they were expecting that was not delivered. Do not put yourself in a position where you have to explain yourself again after causing another disappointment. So look within yourself, promise only what you can deliver, and then work your way to overachieve that expectation.
Do not be defensive. It's not your time now to defend yourself and your services and your products and everything that you have to the customer, but for you to listen to him to the very end. Number 2, do not treat your customers as transactions. They are unique. They need to be treated as different, and they need to have you and your back to the very end. Number 3, in terms of don't, do not underrate the value of your customer. Once you underrate the value of a customer, it is going to dent not only your bottom line, but it is going to dent the brand. And once your brand is dented, the word of mouth this customer moves out with may spoil your business.
In summary, what are we saying? The success of your business is dependent on how prepared you are when things go wrong. You need to engineer the best service recovery plan in the history of the planet. Only you can do it for your business. The success of your business owes it to you, and you owe it to your business. Things can go wrong, and they will often go wrong sometimes, but we need to fix it. If you look at this graph, customer loyalty over a period of time, when things go wrong, the loyalty of the customer takes a dip. When you fix the error, it starts picking up. When you exceed the expectation of the customer, it goes higher. If you compare the loyalty of a customer who has been dissatisfied to the customer who had no issues, you'll find that the loyalty of a customer, of the dissatisfied customer, is growing exponentially. Therefore, let us reverse the cycle of a dissatisfied customer, the one who has the potential of telling 11 people about their bad experiences about your business. Let us turn them to satisfied customer. As you develop your masterpiece, your world-class service recovery plan, what is your checklist? Speed is the name of the game. If a problem happens on Sunday and you get back to the customer on Saturday, you've lost it. Do it fast. Thank the customer for giving you feedback. Acknowledge the problem. Apologize for the inconveniences that you have caused them. Of course, avoid conflict. And finally, remain calm. Retain your cool as you deal with this situation. When you do this, what you're telling the customer is that you care about their problem. You understand their frustration, and they can trust you to fix this problem. If you do this, you are on the runway of turning a dissatisfied customer into a loyal customer. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure having you on board. If you like this message, give it a thumbs up and share it for people to learn the secrets of service recovery. Of course, subscribe for more sales tips, sales guidance on how to grow your business and increase your sales. Until next time, peace out.